How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Factorio Space Age. So, as you can see, we are not in Kansas anymore. In fact, we made it all the way to Vulcanus. Vulcanus? Vulcanus. I guess it would be Vulcanus or Vulcanus. Eh, somebody will likely correct me, but regardless, we used the UNS Enterprise to get here. So I'm going to go through our ship, more or less, and how I have it set up, as well as we should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, we're going to ignore those. So how it works on our ship is we have long-term power here with the nuclear reactors. Because the planet was so close, we don't need them. We can rely purely on solar panels. So if we look at the power production here, 40 megawatts just from these. So we really don't need the nuclear power, but it is here for when we start to travel further away. So a bit of spoilers, but at this point, the game's been out for a while, and if you're watching this type of series, you're probably going to start discovering things as well. So these legs of the trip are only 15. Here to here, we can make it pretty quickly. This leg is 30k, so it's going to be a little bit more challenging. And then this one is 100, and then the one way over here is 4 million. So I'm not sure how far this will take us, but it should be able to take us quite far. We are storing water on board, so the system is set up so that way if we're docked over a planet, we can send up barrels of water and unpack it. Yes, it is a little bit inefficient just for the cost to get it up here, but if we are able to get enough ice, like if we're above a planet like this, we can typically get ice this way, and then it will get melted here. This is ratioed out so that we can support 660 water per second. There might be more than that, actually. It's a lot of water per second, but it's enough to sustain this nuclear reactions at full power. And we also have a steam bank if we need it. We're able to essentially keep the thrusters here as well burning for 30 minutes at 30% capacity. Now, the reason it says they're at full capacity is because the way the internal buffer works, but once they burst through how much power they have, eventually this will average out, and so then it should stay at about 30% for efficiency, because when it's burning at 100%, it's not as efficient. And then I also have it set up so that way we're building ammo on board as such here. And then this isn't enough to sustain 1 ammo per second. It's enough to sustain some of our ammo production, but we have plenty. I do have nuclear rounds up here though as well that we shipped up. Again, shipping ammo, there are some items that shipping them up to your platform is inefficient. However, I did want some ammo here as well, and then of course I have some building materials that I shipped up here. It should be noted that as you explore, so over just this planet, there's these big chunks. If you don't have full turret coverage like I didn't, they will damage things on your platform. So I did have to throw down laser turrets, but we have more than enough power, at least for the time being, for how close we are. And then I needed 1 iron and 1 carbon for the fuel making process. It was very interesting. So it is to be noted that I designed pretty much this whole thing, with the exception of the wiring myself, just based off of a pixel art image for the Star Trek ship that I found online, and then I just scaled it up accordingly. So I used some of the Minecraft principles for making a sphere, and then I had to scale things up a little bit. There were some other shapes in here to like give this a little bit more character, but for the sake of space and whatnot, I had to expand the nacelles a little bit, and then this I had to have a little bit less rounded than I would have liked, but it works. How this part works here is it's set so that, and this is something I didn't design, this is something I saw from another build, is this essentially scans the belt to see, do we have these 3 items on the belt? If we do, awesome. And then it's going to send out the signal for what we need. to these. So right now they're only going to pick up ice chunks because we have plenty of metallic and carbonic chunks. And that's what these little things are floating around. So the little ones don't hurt your ship, but the big ones, these ones, the medium ones do hurt your ship. And so it is important that you have turrets. So as soon as this enters into range like that, it gets blown up into the little chunks. So now it's small chunks. These can also still hurt your ship. And then the really teeny chunks, the tiny chunks here, these you can't hover over, but these things can pick up. But they're only going to pick up ice chunks. And currently there aren't really a whole lot. So it's essentially our ship. And I think we covered everything on it. There's still more space for me to add things, so as we find that we need more storage for something or more production, I can just add it up here for things. So it is not necessarily the most efficient design of a ship, as there are a lot of like open tiles, and these are technically adding weight. So like in a optimal scenario, you would remove all of the tiles that don't have something on them because the tile adds weight, and if you're not using that tile for a building, there's no point to have it. So if you really want to min-max, you wouldn't have all of this open, empty tile. You would try to compact this as much as possible. Eventually, I want to maybe do a design where I have like an outer donut and then some space between, like a ring. Because I think there were a couple of Star Trek ships that are like that. And then I do want to build maybe some Star Wars ships, but that's besides the point. So anyway, so we landed here on Vulcanus. And make sure you have everything to get back out of the planet. So for instance, you want to make sure you have a rocket, and I brought enough supplies with me. The rocket silo you have to build. It's too heavy to ship, so you have to build the rocket silo here. And then I brought enough material to build a rocket with us. I also brought enough robot stuff, and then because we're so close to the sun, if you look here on the space map, we actually have a 400% solar power. However, notice the day-night cycle is 1 minute 30 seconds compared to 7 minutes, which means this ends up being, and we'll probably see it, because this is our only source of power. Yeah, you can see it's draining really quickly. And we're going to have a blackout now. So now we have a blackout, nothing works. But thankfully, there's not, from what I've seen so far, there's no biters in the same sense. There's these red zones, which I know what they are. And if you don't know what they are yet, we will find out, but probably not this episode because we don't have the stuff we need to deal with it. Okay, well, maybe we're going to see it. Yeah, this thing gets to exist. I'm just hoping he stays in this red area and doesn't come over here, because that is quite concerning of how close he is to us, but we're going to hope he stays over there. I'm pretty sure they only stay in their area, so this red lined area. But yeah, this guy's scary, and I don't want to fight him, and he can stay over there. We're going to stay on our side, and he can stay over there. But yeah, so we don't have to necessarily worry about biters in the same sense, but what's nice is this setup doesn't produce any pollution, because nothing's really making pollution to my knowledge, because everything's using electricity. So this is actually a fairly clean thing. I don't think this even produces. Yeah, no, this doesn't produce pollution either. So I would recommend that you bring robots with you, just so that A, you don't have to build everything yourself. But although I do have a personal roboport, I think I have 2 of them in my armor. Yeah, or I have 4 of them, excuse me. So technically you don't need the roboports, but it does make life a little bit easier when you're trying to build out. And then I brought enough material for like mining, some production, and other things. I wasn't sure what I was going to all need, so I just brought a bunch of like blue belt, pipe, pretty much everything under the sun. So this episode, we're mainly just going to be focusing on stuff here. At some point, we are going to go back to Navis? Nueves? I don't know. I don't know how to say it. If somebody who knows how to pronounce this thing can help my tiny bird brain figure out how, you know, English works, because English is terrible. I'm going to call it Novice. So we're going to go with that. Back to our home world and get accumulators or produce them here. I don't know if we have everything to produce them here, but we're going to find out. So I left off last night playing, and we got this new resource called tungsten, and we can make it into tungsten carbide. It's, interestingly enough, made in a machine here with carbon and sulfuric acid. Thankfully, sulfuric acid... Oh, good lord, I saw red and I thought it was biters. Thankfully, you can mine sulfuric acid here, like oil. So that's really nice. So we don't have to worry about making that. So we can get carbon and we can get tungsten carbide. So we unlocked foundries. So foundries, if I look here, so I can make a foundry in a foundry. Interesting. Okay, so to make a foundry, we need an assembly machine. So I don't know, we'll just plop it down right here. We need lubricant, so we need to figure out how to make lubricant here. This section of the wall, by the way, is always getting damaged, and it usually can get repaired pretty quickly, so I'm not too concerned with it. But at some point, we are going to want to probably beef up this area. But I think the biters... Oh, what's the one? This one. Evolution. Interesting. There's different evolution factors. That's actually good to know, but also concerning. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, the biters are basically fully evolved on Homeworld, so if our walls can hold up now, they are likely going to hold. So we should be fine. It's not like Rampant AI or Bob's Enemies, I think is the mod, where the biters just got absurdly difficult. But I like that sort of aspect. I know not everybody likes playing with really hard biters. Some people just prefer to do their own thing. But I like the challenge of, like, this is a mini game in and of itself. But anyway, let's get back to this. So we need to make heavy oil. And there's no oil on this planet. But I believe, yeah, we can turn simple coal liquidification. We can... Oh, crap. But we didn't bring an oil refinery with us. Can we make an oil refinery? We should. We need stone brick, which I think we have stone. Yep. Okay. Let's get the copper. Let's turn that there. Let's do that. And then... we got a lot of this ore from just the rocks that were nearby, which is good. You know, we could probably make batteries. So I think we're going to maybe do that. The reason I'm going to make some batteries is because we're going to make some accumulators, I think, just so that way we have a little bit of power. But I don't know where... Oh, you know what? Batteries aren't made in this. They're made in this. These. And for now, we're just going to hand feed everything. Eventually, we will set up production. Like, proper production here. Similar to our main base. Keep forgetting I don't have things on me. And then we're just gonna go boop boop. Okay, and then we're just gonna do this. We need all of these things, like so. Okay, cool. Sweet. Okay. And then we just need more iron at this point. I need 40 iron, it says. Cool, so we're gonna make that. And then uh-oh. I don't know if we have any concrete. But we could probably make concrete. So this is one of those challenges, right? We need all these little things, and until you come to the planet and know what you need. And each planet's going to be different, by the way. So this planet needs certain things, but other planets are going to need other things. So if you're that type of person who wants to look ahead and see what you need for those planets, you probably want to be a little bit more prepared than I was. I just brought things that I thought I was going to need. So very generic items that may or may not have been things I needed. In this case, they are things that we did not need in the same sense. Like, I don't necessarily need all these steam turbines. I was like, yeah, maybe we'll need them. I figured, oh, it's hot. Well, maybe there's going to be, like, steam geysers or something. But there aren't. So definitely just be prepared depending on what might be on the planet compared to what isn't on the planet. Okay, and then we said we were going to do this. Then we need coal. I think we're making coal up here. And then this needs sulfuric acid as well. There we go. Okay. Get more accumulators so that way we can have power through the night. Let's see how long our power lasts. The nights aren't very long. So surely we can maybe make it through the night. The answer is yes. Even just these two. Okay, so that's good. Very good to know. However, we do want to move these so that we can have... They're 2 and it's like 5 wide. So I think we do something like this. If I'm not mistaken, right? Oh wait, it's tileable. Okay. So now we have... We need some green circuits. How many do we need? Oh, we also need concrete. But I don't know if we can make concrete down here, can we? We might be, oh, you know, we could probably make it up on the Enterprise. Isn't it? I could have sworn, yeah, it's made in this. Oh, it's refined concrete? Oh, ruh-roh. Okay. Well, we don't have water here on the surface, I believe. Right? No. Okay, so where do we get water then? We can condense it from steam, but there's no steam here. Unless... No, there's no... Okay, well, I don't know how we're gonna make this here then. So we might actually just have to go back then. Because even if we make it here, because we have water here on board. We have iron, which we can turn into steel. Okay, well, I guess let's make it up here then, and we'll just ship it down, because it's free to ship things from up here down. Yeah. So let's do a ghost blueprint. And then I need a furnace. Like that. Except, oh, we don't have any more furnaces up there. Okay, well, we're gonna just do this the old-fashioned way then. Reuse what we have. Okay, so we need... Actually, we're gonna need 2 of these. Because this guy needs to make... this. And this guy needs to make this. Okay, so they both have water. You need iron ore. You need the steel. Okay. So let's grab. This is kind of that sort of... You're off on the edge of the space. are off on the edge of the solar system, you need to figure out very creative ways to do things. Okay, so you need ore. Except we need brick, which we don't have stone up here, do we? Hmm. Okay, well, there's an issue. I mean, no, because we don't even have. We have the ore, but we don't have brick. We have water up here. So, okay, so we can't get stone from the surface to up here because we only have one rocket, and I can't take it with me. Because we have the stone here, we have the ingredients we need down here. We just don't have water. Because I don't think we can get. Because we can do steam condensation, but we don't have steam. We don't have ice. My only question is, why would they have this, but they don't have... Because we need water to make steam, but I don't think there's any way of getting water down here, unless... Calcite might be able to react with something. I also don't know why it's not finding things that do have water in them. Okay, so it's got to be here in our intermediate products. Water and crude oil, heavy oil, light oil. Calcite and sulfuric acid make steam. Okay. This might not be totally lost then. Well, let's go grab some more calcite from up here. This episode is probably going to be a little bit longer as we figure out some of these production chains, because this is going to be very interesting. I will say one thing that I think is quite cool though is, and it can be annoying for some people, but it seems like we're going to have to do a lot of local productions here first before we have any sort of big scalable thing set up. So then we can do this. We'll just do this. And then we can probably do this. Okay. Okay, give me some brick. We do need more iron, though. So let's find... Let's expand our robot reach really quickly. Oh, nope, they already got it. There we go. Because that will bring back a ton of ore for us. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's a ton compared to what we have. Yeah. Oh, except I just need the ore. I don't need... Okay. So then we can do this, like this. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we need one of you guys making this. We're gonna just make all of those. Cool. Then how much do we need? We need more than we currently have, that's for sure. Well, I don't want to do that. I wanted to do iron plate. Sweet. We're just gonna throw us. Yeah, we'll throw 3 down total right there, so they have a lot of charging. Alright, so then we get these into there. Definitely gonna speed module all of this. Wow, okay. We need 30, 20, and 50. Okay, I was gonna say, we're probably gonna start eating a lot. Solar panels are so good on the surface of this planet. Because as you can see, it's plus 300%. Okay, it's just on the home world. How much did we say we needed? We need 20. Which is enough. I suppose I didn't need to necessarily do that, but... Okay, now we just need green circuits. Which we just need iron and copper for. Make all those green circuits. We'll also continue making the accumulators. What's nice is this acts as a logistics chest, by the way, in case anybody is not aware of. So all these items in here are available similar to like this. So notice over here the logistic storage. So it's really nice so that I don't have to be like, oh, well, let me take this all out and put it in a chest. Because it just acts as a passive provider chest, which is really, really good. The only thing I mean, okay, I'm actually okay with it. Is that this doesn't act as a storage chest, because on one hand, I really don't want this filling up with all the random crap we dismantle and things. I don't really need all of this on me, but I will take any of the iron ore. Cool, we got one of those being made. So we're gonna find out what a foundry looks like and what it does. Ooh, it's big. And it needs power. Okay, so we power it. Interesting. So I can have it act as an assembler, like a very big assembler. It has a way higher crafting speed than an assembler. Is this just like an omni making machine? And then I can make... Interesting. This reminds me of metallurgy from Bob's Mods. So we can make a big mining drill. Interesting. And we can make more foundries. Is it cheaper to make them in this? I don't think it is. I think it's just... It's slower. What? 0.12 a second. No. It's faster. It's faster. What am I saying? It does consume more, but that's just because it is faster. Okay. And then what were some of the other things we saw? Yo? Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that. Alright, so we got that. So now we can make tungsten steel, which is tungsten and molten iron. And that unlocks metallurgic science packs. Definitely interesting choice. So, in case anybody isn't aware, each of the planets has their own science pack that we've seen, right? So in this case, this is metallurgic, and I can see agricultural and electromagnetic, and it looks like there's another one down here. So definitely, I'm not really sure what the like best order of planets is, but definitely Volcanus seems like a pretty good one. Like honestly, just looking at how they're spaced, even though it's like, oh, you can technically go to any of them starting, or well, any of these three starting. It's like, well, this one's closest to the sun, right? So like maybe this is the first, second, third. Like maybe that's the path that like I want to know like what's your guys' path? Like when you if you've gotten to this point, what planet did you go to first? And did you go to it blind? Because like I went to Volcanus first just because it looked kind of cool and it also didn't look too hard to do. Oh, that's cool, and it shows evolution factor when you hover over this too. So that's also really cool. As well as some other fun things you might need. Anyway, I'm getting off task or off topic. So let me know down below, which planet did you guys choose first? And did you choose it because you knew ahead of time what the planet had to offer, or did you just randomly go to a planet like, oh, this one looked cool, or this one sounded cool, right? And let me know why down below. But I think we're going to call it here just because if we are at the 30-minute mark. I think I'm going to play around with this a little bit and figure out, oh, we can make LDS with this. I'm getting distracted. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Factorio. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Smash the like button if you haven't done so already. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, tips, tricks, and anything else under the sun, as long as it's not a spoiler for something later on, okay? So don't, like, spoil some crazy Factorio thing down below. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys know too. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.